Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here on Auto Wisdom. Today I have the absolute pleasure of sitting inside of a 2019 Mercedes-Benz W463 chassis G550. This particular vehicle is in a gorgeous spec of Manufaktur, or the paint to sample if you will, Mercedes-Benz Rubellite Red Metallic on the exterior with a gorgeous shade of macchiato beige, full diamond quilted Napa leather interior with the Zen wood accent trim. We also have white Alcantara headliner. And all in all, this is a very exclusive and unique spec of vehicle. This is also the pre-facelift W463 chassis G550, meaning that it still has a twin-turbo V8 engine, 4 liters in displacement, codenamed the M176, outputting 416 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque. Now, as many of you know, the facelifted version of this chassis, which began for model year 2025 here in the United States, no longer has the V8 engine. It is now equipped with a turbocharged inline 6-cylinder engine and a 48-volt mild hybrid system. It actually makes more power than this V8 that we're sitting in here today, but there is something special about a lack of a hybrid system and the glorious rumble of a Mercedes-Benz V8 engine. Now, the G550, as we all know, really is a truck at the end of the day. It is a body-on-frame, ladder frame style chassis, which means that we get a large amount of torsional rigidity, off-road capability, and towing capacity as well. It does have a 2-speed transfer case with a high and low range, triple diff lockers with a center, front, and rear differential locker for maximum off-road capability. The truck also features full-time Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC or 4-wheel drive, which is permanent at a 40-60 split front to rear. In addition to that, the G550 rides on 9.5 inches of ground clearance and can ford up to 27.5 inches of water. Finally, in terms of suspension, this particular G-Class went away with the solid front axle setup at the front in favor of an independent double wishbone suspension, retaining the solid axle setup in the rear. So we do get some improved ride quality and a curb weight reduction while still maximizing off-road traction and ground clearance. Right off the bat, I do love just the overall driving feel of this vehicle. You sit in a nice elevated position. Visibility is excellent given the boxy proportions that this truck rides on and has equipped from its exterior design language. Very, very easy to get a wide panoramic sense of the road out front and pretty much from all angles of the vehicle. And it's very comfortable. These seats hug me in quite nicely. The quilted Napa leather is very plush and soft, and the steering wheel feels excellent in the hands. It is nicely leather wrapped, and we do have these knurled aluminum controls, which really elevate the sense of luxury inside of the interior of the vehicle. The interior itself is also just gorgeous, draped with all kinds of leather, beautiful wood trims, aluminum touch points. Again, the Alcantara, the white Alcantara headliner just makes this truck feel so premium and luxurious, and it really does make a statement when you climb into the interior every time, along with any passenger that will also be riding inside. Now, at the end of the day, this is a truck, so it still has a little bit of a floaty feel to it. It feels very truck-like in terms of when you're riding over bumps and imperfections in the road. Surprisingly enough, the steering feel is very communicative, and I do get a decent bit of feedback through the wheel, more so than I was expecting actually. But in terms of directness and precision, there is a little bit of play. It does feel a little bit floaty, and that's just a result of the large nature of this truck, the high curb weight, well over 5,000 pounds. That's just going to be a given. Now, paired up to the engine is a 9-speed automatic transmission that is used in a wide variety of Mercedes-Benz models, including the S450 that I reviewed a couple years back. I have mixed feelings about this gearbox. It's quick to shift when you put it in manual mode and press the paddle shifters. There isn't a whole lot of delay, and it is fairly responsive, but it does tend to be a little bit clunky at times. It does tend to stumble on itself occasionally, and sometimes you will get a little bit of a rough shift or a little bit of lurching here and there. Would I say it's deal breaking by any means? Absolutely not, but it is something worth mentioning. All right, let's go ahead and see about that power, shall we? I've got the vehicle in sport mode. Let me go ahead and step on the throttle. Yeah, this thing gets up. Considering that this is just a G550, and also taking into consideration the fact that it's got a high curb weight, this 4-liter engine really pulls quite nicely. Above 60, 70 miles an hour, you do get a good bit of wind noise coming in through the interior cabin, and that just is a result of the truck's aerodynamic profile. It's essentially a cube on wheels, for lack of a better term. But so much torque, and especially for off-road use, I can totally see how beneficial this powertrain is for off-road capability. You get a ton of torque down low as early on as around 2,300 RPM. You're getting the full wave of torque capability from this engine, 450 pound-feet, and this thing will rev out to a little over 6,000 RPM. So for a truck, even in the base model with this M176 engine, still very sporty. The transmission is quick to shift. I hit the paddles and I get a little bit of delay between gear shifts, but again, it's a truck. The vast majority of owners are never going to even put this thing into sport mode and utilize the steering mounted paddle shifters as well. Coming up to a little bit of a turn here. Let's see about the handling. A little bit of body roll. Again, it feels floaty. It's to be expected given the fact that this is a 5,000 pound truck. But for what it is, it actually feels a good bit sportier than I was expecting. And I am fairly impressed with how this thing handles. I do believe that the independent double wishbone suspension on the front axle does help quite a bit with that. Adds for a lot more precision and variability to the suspension. And I can only imagine on earlier G-Class Mercedes-Benz vehicles that not being the case. You also gotta love the sound of this V8. 4 liters in displacement, and it's just got that classic, deep, aggressive, bassy Mercedes-Benz V8 rumble. Really sounds aggressive, it sounds meaty, it sounds sporty, and it totally suits the character of this type of purpose-built off-road vehicle. Getting some time to sit behind the wheel of this G550, it really does make me question, is a G63 even necessary? And that is a topic that I'd like to touch on in a future video. Really, you're just getting more power out of the G63, but in no way, while sitting behind the wheel of this particular vehicle, driving it hard, experiencing what this M176 engine has to offer, do I feel like I am desiring more power. I really just don't feel like that is the case at all. And given the fact that the market values for the G550 tend to be a good bit discounted in comparison to the G63, I think this makes the G550 an incredible value proposition, especially if you can find one in a Manufaktur spec, such as this particular example with the Rubellite red paint, the macchiato beige, full Napa leather everywhere. It feels so incredibly premium. In no way does this feel like a base model vehicle. And again, for market values for some of these W463 earlier models, 2019, 2020, you're looking at anywhere between 90 to 110,000. And if you might be able to even get one for less if the mileage is up there. This particular example has around 65,000 miles, and overall it's been pretty darn reliable from what the owner has told me. Let's see more about that power. Oh yeah, there's almost like a bit of a boost by gear, as in second and third gear the truck really feels to accelerate even harder than in first gear. And I mean, we got up to 60 miles an hour right there, no problem whatsoever. I just love the sound. I hope it's coming through on the camera. The exhaust is a little quiet given the fact that it's a V8 engine, but still inside you can really feel the bass and rumble of the exhaust note from this V8. It does truly disappoint me how few G-Class owners really get to take advantage of the true capabilities of this G Wagon. Triple diff lockers, 2-speed transfer case, full-time 4-wheel drive on one of these things. and the ground clearance and departure angles, and then all the off-road tech, hill descent systems and crawl control features really make it so damn capable off-road, yet the majority of these owners just cruise around and flex them in Beverly Hills and Newport Beach. Maybe that's a bit of a generalization, but that certainly seems to be the case. You just really got to appreciate how much engineering and mechanical thought has been put into these vehicles over the years. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I'm going to wrap it up here with the G550. Truly a wonderful off-road vehicle that you can daily drive. And if you do like trucks, if you do like Jeeps, if you like coming from that particular category of vehicles, the G-Class really does all of that, but really adds a level of class and luxuriousness to the driving experience that is hard to find anywhere else in any other type of vehicle. Mercedes-Benz has really locked in this market incredibly well. And aside from the abysmal fuel economy, a little bit of wind noise when you're driving at higher speed, it is a very, very good truck to get around in every single day. I could totally see myself personally daily driving one of these in the future. If you did enjoy the video and the review, please be sure to give a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to Auto Wisdom down below if you are new here. With all that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.